Drayton Bird always said that what gave him an advantage when he started work was that he'd read every single book about advertising and marketing in the Manchester Public Library. Now, whether that says a lot about Drayton Bird's extensive reading or the narrowness of the Manchester Public Library, I'm not quite sure. But one of the things that always slightly alarms me is that you get quite a lot of people who ask to be sent on training courses costing £500 a day, and yet they haven't read books that cost £15 or £10 each. It's still the most valuable way of actually improving yourself, of simply, wide-ranging reading, Catholic taste in all things. I think David Ogilvy's observation that good copywriters tended to be what he called extensive browsers in all kinds of fields, that they were, broadly speaking, people of broad interests and great inquisitiveness. And I think that business of never losing your inquisitiveness is tremendous advice. More or less anything you do in this life, whether it's sitting outside a cafe or watching people or reading a book about economics or indeed watching a really good film or going to an art gallery, can make you better at your job as an advertising person. And that's what makes it fascinatingly rewarding and perhaps frustratingly never-ending as well. Maybe there's that problem that you can't quite just go home and cut the workplace off and think about completely different things. There may be that downside to it, but it's also pleasant because a good holiday or a trip around an art gallery or a trip to the cinema is never entirely wasted. I think too much of the influence on our business now is from finance people who don't fully understand the process and who are actually treating the employees as though twice as much time should lead to twice as many ideas, as if there's some sort of proportionality to what we do. The truth of the matter is, if you're a decent creative person, you will probably, if you're doing your job right, you will probably justify your salary several times over in 10 to 15 minutes a year when you have the really worthwhile ideas, and 50% of your remaining time will be entirely wasted, except to the extent that, of course, it's the wasted time that helps you get to those 15 minutes. The problem is that we therefore have a system of remuneration in agencies where the money we make has practically no connection at all with the value we add. Now, in the long term, that's a very, very bad incentive for agencies because it drives them into all kind of time-consuming but not very valuable activities at the cost of what might be infinitesimally brief, momentary, but spectacularly valuable. And that does alarm me. Oh, the other thing is everybody stopped smoking. There's something about the creative process where smoking gave you that detachment from a problem, which I don't think any other drug or stimulus does to the same extent. So that would be my other concern as well.